Sam, man in the big green hat. I'm here at Harmonie State Park in extreme southwestern Indiana, doing one of the longer trails here. There's lots of early wildflowers in bloom. I've already kind of scoped a little bit of it out and seen it. And this trail, part of it follows this old, it's kind of dirt road, for lack of a better word, for a little bit. But then it goes down off into the Harmonie Hills Nature Preserve, and that's where I think we're really going to find some pretty stuff, especially wildflowers. So let's go see it. Dutchman's breech is still in bloom here too. That's so cool. I love these little plants. Tons of woodland phlox here. Look at these huge old trees. Oh, these are wonderful. Trail unfortunately doesn't go down into that little gully, but I wish it did. Love these tall trees. You know, whether I'm in the woods or on a road or anything like this, it's just nice to be out in nature. I love it in winter, I love it in fall, and here in spring when everything's starting to green up. Extra nice too then. You know, a spot like this probably isn't for everyone's taste. I'm just walking down an old country road here basically. But you're in the woods, you're in nature. There's always something to see. It doesn't have to be something, you know, wild or mammoth. I love the massive trees and the woodland phlox and the Dutchman's breeches, and be able just to get a peek over that little gully, what's there. It's around the next corner. Yeah, that's just kind of part of it all. This takes an abrupt turn. We're going straight downhill. I love finding these larkspurs. There's several right in this area. Such a beautiful flower. Something I don't see too terribly often. Like the mayapple here in bloom. And some phacelia. Now we're coming over the bridge. I think this is probably still Rich Creek. Look at all the phlox blooming down here. Wow. Let's go see that. Tons and tons of wood phlox. A little wood anemone off the back there. So now we got two choices. Well, one choice. We go this way, and it goes down to the boat launch area or whatnot. And we go this way, and we go into the nature preserve. So that's where we're headed. Can't get over how much larkspur and phlox there is here. What a treat! This whole little embankment next to the creek itself is covered in it. I've always found interesting in state parks, as you go further north, at least in some of them anyway, instead of actual trail names, it's trail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the case today. And also a number of them tend to encompass state nature preserves within the state park itself. And it's something that I don't see in Alabama or Mississippi or places like that. But it's different, pretty cool though. More preservation. There's this interesting little trillium. I wish I had my book with me this time to figure out what they are. But I do enjoy them. I do like them. A bit of a confusing intersection back there, but turn to the right if you want to stay on trail 4, and you'll see this little bridge type thing here in the distance, and that's the way you want to go. We'll go up and cross the road and go back down, and then it'll swing a long loop, I think, and come back to here. Right before you get to the bridge, there's a signpost for another marker up there. Maybe needs a map update. This is what I wanted it to feel a little more like. More narrow path and not that road. This is nice. Oh, trout lilies. I wasn't expecting them this late. And we are late. There's not going to be any flowers here. But it's cool to see the leaves still around. But the jack and the pulpits are up. There's a patch here. One over there. Here's some. But it's so funny to me to see jack and the pulpits in bloom. And Dutchman's breeches still around. That's different. Oh, look at this little bloom. There's a delightful little thing I haven't seen in years. Look how small it is. This is called pennyroot. Really cool. See it in bloom again. This is a pretty quiet stretch through here. There's nothing but little hills and forest. It's an especially pretty area through here. Lots of trillium. Larkspur. Spring beauty, there's May apples, or rue anemone, even some Dutchman breeches just barely hanging on. This has turned into a pretty little section full of wildflowers. Up to a road crossing here. Go straight across there. What a huge section of multiflora rose. Unfortunately, this invasive has pretty little blooms and it's already sitting buds now. But as invasive do, tend to start snuffing out the native species. Stretch of Trail 4 where it intertwines with Trail 1 is confusing. I am not exactly certain I'm going the right way at the moment. There were so many intersections back there that it didn't make sense. But according to this sign, it's one and the same. I certainly feel like I'm backtracking. This could be a testament to how tired I am, I guess, today. I zoomed out and realized I was not hiking the trail in the direction that I was thinking I was hiking it for some reason. I took one way as to taking the other. So that accounts for the math confusion. I kept thinking I should be going the other direction. But I'm truly on the right path. Oh well. I'm getting somewhere at least. Wherever somewhere is. Or it does come up near the road a good bit, but at least while I've been on the stretch, there hasn't been much traffic anyway. I still prefer my trails well away from any kind of man-made surface or situation. Point of being in the woods is being in the woods. There's so many little views down gullies and streams here in the nature preserve. I just want to explore it all. An hour away from the road again. Look how the sunlight's filtering through the trees here. It's a wonderful little stretch. Walking along, I came across this beauty. Look how big this leaf is. This is putty root orchid. Maybe an old bloom stalk from last year. Oh, gorgeous. I love these leaves. I love that coloration on this old road. It's exposed to really interesting root network of this tree. You can see the taproot there in the center. And all the other roots going down into the ground. Talk about getting washed out. check that out. The way around, of course. After you pass this area, there's some confusion. There's mountain bike trails that intersect this. This Walnut Trail going this way. Fairly certain Trail 4 still goes that way, which is what we're following. And then this is some kind of connector trail to Walnut, and it says runs reroute. But it says you can hike it too. But I don't know anything about that, so I'm not going that way. And here we are at the road again. We're going straight across. If I had my guesses, that bridge that I turned left at is straight down that hill. It's so interesting. There are so many oil derricks out here, the farms around the state park, and now you have these signs next to the trail. You can see tankers and things, tanks, storage tanks full of the oil in several areas inside the state park, and there's even a little oil derrick that you can stop at and look at, explore. They're really interesting if you're into that kind of stuff. I'm into that kind of stuff, but I'm into a little bit of everything. Teach me something. I just want to learn. That's what I'm here for. Cranesbill and wild geranium. Beautiful little flowers. No blooms or anything, but this whole embankment is covered in a legeny spurge. And I just wanted to showcase it. Always look where you're putting your hands. My hand is beginning to break out in several spots here. I bit down to take photos and did not notice the nettle that I stuck my hand down in. You talk about burning. Folks, thanks for coming along with this little adventure. Hope you've enjoyed this little slice of southern Indiana here at Harmonie State Park. If you're near Evansville, this is the perfect spot to stay. It really is. Everyone is so nice here. Lots of activities and things. It's just been a great weekend of hiking and exploring and just enjoying camp. And these trails are full of wildflowers. They can be a little bit confusing at times where the junctions are or whatnot. But it's well worth it to come here. And you're out on the Wabash River. And I can't say enough about that either. So, till next time, keep exploring and stay wild.